That progressed. Starting to go. I need to tetanus shot. It's going. The pain's going down my hand. Oh no, here we go. So I'm in emergency room. Well, I had to have emergency surgery to get an infection out because all my fingers were going numb, the front and the back, so they were cutting it open, and now I have to do this all the time. But it's good. It's successful. I made the right decision coming over and not waiting to do all this because I could have lost my finger. It was getting really big and swollen. It was awful. Hurts like hell. Now it doesn't. It's all numb. All numb. So now I get to go around like this all day. What happened to your finger, man? Oh, you gotta have a good spirit about it. It's from me fixing Brody's wall, and unfortunately them pulling on it all day, and then just dirt balls. Dirt balls, they get me sick all the time. Little tiny hole in my finger got me sick. That's all it took. Well, they kept me overnight and just suggested they go get my heart med because my heart wasn't AFib. It's obvious because that's a beta. I need it. So at least I'm aware the chart was like, blah, blah, blah. I was like, ugh, I could like feel it. It's awful. This thing hurts, but hey, look, I can start to really move my hand now. Oh my God, I can't believe this is real life. You can't make this up, can you? The benefits of being in a hospital, you get giant needles in there, but like you get food service. They have great food here. This is my first time eating though here, so, well, this round time around since my other serious matter with my stomach, with the, God, I can't even think right now. I'm so exhausted. They got me all medicated. Potty, my son's, and then dinner. Oh man, I'm getting fed well here. This place is so nice here. Like, well, there it is. Beautiful. Peroxide bath. Oh, she spent like 5 minutes squeezing it. She was squeezing it. It hurts like hell. It's an improvement though. It's getting, pain is good. I could feel it because at one point I couldn't feel it at all. Last night, even with the numbing stuff going, it was bad. I was getting worried. Now the antibiotics every 8 hours and just pain pills every 4 hours, it's working. All I did was sleep. Ate twice so far. Watched TV 15 minutes both times and then slept. Urinate, sleep, squeeze my face, like all these things. It's repetitive. It's been what, 24 hours? I don't even know. I'm exhausted. Okay. Yeah, you can see it's where they sliced it open right there to get it out, and it's just like, I can move it. All right, we're not done yet. It turns out it's getting worse, so they're gonna have to get me an operating room. I just said, babe, am I gonna lose a finger? He's like, no, but you know that. So we're gonna go in there deeper, and you're gonna have to lose a fingernail. They go back. Basically, that's it now. I was just like, oh. My disclaimer part was like, am I gonna be under for this? Oh yes. He's like, I mean, if you'd like to, you don't have to be. I was like, nah, I think I would like to be under for this one, because the other one, I had to watch him cut it open and do all this stuff. I was fine. It was cool, because it was all numb, but no, this one, I don't know about removing fingernails. He's like, oh, that's the least of it. I was like, oh, thanks. But I'm just glad I came over right away, just like, well, my appendix. I was like, everyone thinks that you're fine, but a simple infection can cause all this damage. It's insane to me. And I feel great everywhere else. My heart's doing good, so that's good. It's just this, you gotta take care of it. Infections will kill you. It's no joke as you get older. 41, take care of it. Even kids, take care of it. Beckham makes me so nervous with his kicking the door and hitting, and then now we having this. We got to really keep an eye on him. Being a diabetic, he could get, he could lose body parts easily as he gets older. I mean, now he can. But all right, let me turn this off. My phone's low, everything, and I'm sure people are gonna call me. All right. Yeah. All right. So just update. They removed the fingernail and sliced it all down the middle to remove more gook. It's kind of lightly stitched, but just enough so they can open and go in there again tomorrow. I feel like I may be here possibly another night, tomorrow night as well. Lots of antibiotics just constantly going at me. It's more of the fact of doing all that.
So, I don't know. And I'm tired, medicated. I'm exhausted. So if that's not clear, mostly you're just going to want to see it. I wish I would have filmed a little bit of it, but...
Sounds like I'm ripping one. Alright, now we're doing the morning peroxide bath. I need to keep making a fist as much as possible. Not gonna lie, it hurts like hell. I still can't bend it all the way. But that's the goal here, to keep doing that. And with the fingernail, I haven't even really looked at that yet. But yeah, there's no fingernail. My glasses aren't on. I don't even want to look at it. It hurts like, hurts. Let that be a lesson. Anyone watching, make sure you're wearing plastic gloves when you're cleaning something, even if it's a tiny little nick. Like the hole is so little. I'm pretty sure I vlogged all that beforehand. Before all hand. Haha. Get the joke there. Still gotta find humor and everything. They did give me more pain medication last night without myself even requesting it. I guess she said in my sleep I looked like I was in a lot of pain. So I'm trying to think what else to say. I don't know what to say. And then my phone's like full, so I'm gonna chill here with speaking. In other words, basically, it's lame as her. This sucks. Much more clear picture without all the... Oh, Jesus, my nail. Off on that little dot. Turns into that. Breakfast, let's see. Oh, yeah, look at that. And the 6 milks. And over the phone each time I said, as many milks as you can. They said, oh, we're only allowed to bring 3. But I believe I met one of the main hosts that handles all that up there, and I was very kind to her, respectful, and said, just treat people with kindness and they'll treat you kind back. Because most of these milks are getting thrown in the trash anyway. So, very kind of her. Thank you. All you guys. This food is so good. I'm eating so well here. Like, this, not so much. It is improving, but it's a lot to endure when you see the holes, just from that little tiny hole to that. Like, it's terrifying. I feel for my kids more than anything. Dad and Mom, we really got to keep it on the ball with the cleaning and Beckham self-harming himself, because this is something that is in his future somewhere. It sucks. All showered up, about to eat again, and of course, the cheesesteak over again. The machine is starts a beeping again. Something's unplugged after my rinse off or clean off. Goddamn. Progress. Every time we unwrap though, we gotta pull all this off, and it hurts like hell. And then we gotta soak, we'll get it off. Ugh, it's a thing. I'm not looking forward to this. Okay, so there's the bandage. It's definitely more swollen now. Ugh. It's looking rough. Try to make these videos quick, but this is what I'm doing right now. Like, soaking, this is what we're doing every, like, 2 or 3 times a day. I'm telling you now, if I bend it this way, it's probably gonna pop some things out. I don't know. God, it was nasty. But I have good feeling in it, so that's good. There's many good signs that people would freak out, but the finger works, so. Don't hesitate on those little cuts. That little tiny cut right there caused all this from getting surgery to it just continues. It's just unreal. I gotta worry about Beckham. I'm really worried about him getting cut now. Really am. Gotta find out what this is. I don't know if you can see it on here, but now I'm having some kind of reaction from the antibiotic here. They're trying another one on top of that one that's like... it's making me itch. But luckily she pointed out, because I would have just sat here. And I thought it was dirty because I rinsed off, but now it's itching. I only rinsed off with water, warm water. It's like, I don't want to be itchy. I can't itch, right? Kind of slow since here, Brandon. But it's not funny, but it sucks. Good thing they're feeding me again. I ordered the salmon again. But yeah, she's gonna take care of this with some Benadryl first. Let's figure this out. Oh, it's just this whole thing, man. This is insane to me. It's Thursday, April 6th, around like 1 o'clock in the morning. Waking up to get some more things done. This thing is hurting right now, man. I haven't had pain meds in like, I think 8 hours. That's why it's really hurting, but they gotta do the sponge thing again, the peroxide bath, or I do, they gotta bandage it again 3 times a day.
I don't know how I'm going to do this outside here. When they're going to release me anyway. Just an update. Managing the pain is exhausting.
That pillow was under it.
Alright. So we just looked at the picture from yesterday. It is getting... As you can't really tell right away, but you'll be able to tell from the pictures that it is healing. So that's good. Peroxide bath. Ugh. Well, saline solution too. Oh, this is not a pretty sight, man. Ugh. But it is getting better, slowly. This one's the claw. I like this one the best with the tourniquet. You pinch your nuts. But this is the most comfortable. A little Vaseline on top because I told her it still sticks. Breakfast. Oh my God, look at that, look at that. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like this thing right here. It's making my hand go really numb. Like, I don't like the fingers together crap. It's not working for me, man. My whole hand is numb. It's supposed to do the opposite. All right, new bed. What's in here today? Oh, cheeseburger. All right, it was TV that he was asking for. But anyway, I'm learning how to do this myself. So I know this is gross, but I was able to get the bandage off. She cut it off, but I would have cut it off. She had the scissors. It's easy for me. Just use the saline to squirt on there, the tip, you know, around the nail, because this is a brutal. That's where it sticks, the little, you know, the gall. That's it, and then we're gonna soak. That's it. I'm gonna take a picture though, so they don't in the morning try to take it off again, because there's so much miscommunication. I'd be like, the doctor wants to see it, and I was like, well, hold on, I took a picture. I'm not taking it off again. You never bit my fucking nail off again. Like, there's no nail. You've never bit the skin off. But I was like, you see this? No. I've been doing my exercises all night for you. All night. You gotta have a sense of humor. It's looking good, believe it or not. It is healing. It's healing. I was just walking around. I'm good. We're good here. It's gonna be a couple weeks, a month probably. Healing. Soak. Peroxide and distilled water. That's it. 20 minutes, 30 minutes. See it start to, you know. Just a basic wrap. That's it. As I requested. Nothing crazy, because it'll just be done again in another 6 hours or less. As you can see, I can still move my finger, but see how, like, that's how my finger nerves. It's like, it's tough. I still can't get that all the way down. It's too chunky. I have an idea what they're gonna do if they do procedures again. All right, time for the morning soak. To do update. Got the pants. I have to shower. I got like, I need one 5 days. I'm itching. I think this would really solve that issue. All right, an hour later, finally get the breakfast and the food here. These pants fit Jurassic Park. Oh my. The blue pill. Stuck in the Matrix. So unfortunately, the blue pill made me break out extremely bad. Like rash. I'm fine now. I just took a cold shower. I think I am. I don't know. I can't even tell. But they're not going to discharge me now. I was going to have to get discharged. I took the blue pill. I was ready to go. And now it's fine. I know I need to take care of this first. But I'm going to slip my finger and just continue here. I was looking forward to going to see the kids. I don't know. But I can't, if I can't go back there and itching with the finger the way it is, it just won't work. It won't work. All right, got to learn to savor the peroxide here and the distilled water, sterile water, whatever. Said I can use regular water, but peroxide distilled, it's a waste, man. So this is what we're using from now on. Yeah, the one thing I can't stand when I come to hospitals is like how much waste. It's just like, Still using the styrofoam cups. Remember that, kids? How much of a big deal that was at the Boost place? But no, hospital's still been doing it. It's all good though. Billions in pockets. All right, my first successful wrap on my own. But also there's like strips in there. So it's a whole thing. You like slowly place on. You gotta have both hands disinfected. I did my own soak to start. And I know how to do it on my own, so that's good. It's not the prettiest, but it works. You know, stretch, it's loose, it's not cutting you off like a tourniquet down there. There is no tourniquet, but I mean, like, you know, we don't want it to suffocate. I'm just trying to do my IV. It's not working because every time they come in, they gotta clean this thing out for some reason because it's old. I'm like, oh, you gotta do this first. You gotta do that first. Your hospitals, man. I'm thankful, but like the billionaire people that run these things, yeah, you suck. Benadryl IV, nighty night. The morning half and half. Sucks. I do this 3 times a day. Oh man. 20 minutes soak. Felt the burn from the peroxide this morning. It's cleaning from the inside out, literally. It stings. It's good though. This goes under the gall part, the wrap, Vaseline on the nail, wrap, cut some tape, put it on me. I'm gonna let it air out today a little, but you wanna at least cover the top with the tape or something. Exercise, stretch. I won't go all the way down. Fringe. Delicious. Broken IVs everywhere. Taking this thing off is awful. Oh my god. If I don't have liquids, forget about it. I'll be damned now. Look at his healing. See, there's the healing process. It's a weekend. Man, it's gonna take a couple weeks. Alright, after a soak, you can see how it's healing from the inside out. That's good. I know it looks rough at the top. That's the first surgery from a different surgeon. She's a specialist, but this man right here really had some serious skills here. So it'd probably be smaller up there, but it's all good. It looks like crap, but it is healing. You can see the healing process in place. And I don't have redness. It's all good. Antibiotics, I'm going home in about an hour. Again, repeat. Key to healing. Vaseline, wrap. Looking good. Alright, now we're just figuring out how to get me out because they won't let me just walk across the street even though it's right there, but it's all good. Alright, the back heel. It's been a while. It's been a week. I guess we ran into some issues. So I was gone, they watched that. That was the last one I released. 99 times this week. Unreal. You can't do this. Jesus Christ, it smells like mold in here. Oh, I'm telling you, like, you know, come on, man. Alright, peroxide scrub. Just to make sure I don't need that yet. I gotta rub this all down, the floors and everything. Alright, boys' bathroom is clean. Very important. So we'll get this stuff out of here. I'll wipe down. It's in the downstairs one. This one over here just tried to poop in the kid's tub. Bad kitty. Does no. This is fine. This, my son's. Beckham, you know better. This is no. I told you to keep it in the corner. This is no. This is all no. You need to stop doing this to your mom. You need to clean up after yourselves and don't leave it for her to do. Sergeant Scrotum, that better be the kid's urine and not yours. I think it's kids. It's a little mixture. I think it's water and the pee soaked from under. And Mr. Beckham, all your Mikeys are down here. You gotta wear gratuities to bed, bud. Unless you got 4 feet. But they're all wet, I think. Gross. Because if he just kicks that damn door, he's gonna get a hole in his foot like me. Come on, Sergeant Scrotum. I'm trying to make it to clean the couch. Come on. Out. Let's go. Come on. Get out. Come on. God, I don't need any more holes in my finger. I'm serious, buddy. I'm trying to clean this up so tomorrow's easier. Stop. All right, let's put these away because the cat is a jerk off and he pees on things. All right, thank you, Mom, for putting my laundry in a pile here. Thank you, though. I do appreciate that. Really do. All right, Beckham. In the corner. In the corner. The best you can because the cat is a jerk. Again, clean up. We got the kitchen chicken. He's trying to cook himself. So he doesn't kick it all over like the counters, the usual. And you kids are going to do this on your own, I promise you. Meow! Kitchen chicken, time for me to poop and take a shower. First I'll say hi to you. Hi, hi, hi. I know I want to say hi to the boys. He came to the door, he kind of heard me, but Mom put him down, thank God, because I had to do other things first. He's got to wait. If he comes again, I'll get him later. I'll wait for both of them. Hello. It's still early. Yeah, it's very early. Maybe 10 o'clock potty. I sit on the potty, sons. Use the potty. See, I'm pooping. It still works. Well, took a shower. This got wet, so I'm gonna have to rewrap it. I have to rewrap it tonight anyway before bed. The first soak at home. Yay. Hurting. All right, so you can see I'm finally back from the hospital. It's been about a week, literally a week, basically. I just wanted to, get a shot of this on my face here. Yeah, you can see that. I'm gonna come back with a conversation though, but I wanted to at least get that nail. Look at that, look at the nail, man. A lot to discuss about the hospital situation with the kids. Just I miss them, man. It was tough to be in there, but I made the best of it. We'll come back and we'll talk because I gotta finish soaking and wrap all this up because that is very important. Whew. Still hurts, man. All right, I'm back. Hold on, bear with me as I switch the hand to the other hand because I usually use this hand and it's harder for me. See, it's bandaged up. It only takes about 20 minutes to soak, about maybe like 3 minutes, 5 minutes to put all that in place. But anyway, you've seen it countless amounts of times. That's all I could really vlog there. I didn't want else to vlog. I didn't want to intrude in other people's personal business. Just thankful that I'm here. I'm back at the house with the kids. I still did not see them physically, as I needed to make sure that I was settled first. When I walked upstairs to my room, I opened the garage and I was like, I tried to time it where they were already upstairs. I was actually going to go through the front door and get Mom to open that up. But they weren't in there yet. And I went in and then just literally she put them up as I was coming in. So I was like, oh, all right. Because I left all the bags on here with all the stuff to do all this to my hand, or to my finger, excuse me. Because, Beckham's going to dig to the bag. He went, what's in there? What's in there? And even Brody, too. And as I was up in the bedroom, before I started cleaning the bathroom, because that was a priority, I was like, I need to get that done. You could hear Beckham, he started kicking the door. And I was like, all right. Mom got on it right away. Thank you, Mom. Because I can't go out there and, next thing he's downstairs with me doing the whole thing. He's going to expect a lot from me. And he's like, I love you. He's like, yeah, I love you too. I love you. I think he saw me through the crack. He saw that big crack in his door. He was just trying to communicate in proper context. It's like he wanted Dad. I think he wanted me to come in and do a video with him real quick because he hasn't seen me it's been almost a week. It's been 6 days, 6.5, 7 days now. Because I left Sunday night and it's now Saturday night. So it is basically a week. It was really hurtful. I wanted to go out there so bad, but I was like, I had to go to the bathroom because it's uncomfortable when you got a roommate and his whole family's there, and the man just had a stroke. And I'm just like, I don't want to go in there and drop a deuce and have them hear me. I did lately, but I was like, it's inappropriate. I mean, it's not inappropriate, but it's like something they don't need to hear that. But anyway, it wasn't the only reason why I didn't go. I could have went in the hole. I just didn't have to go then. But my sons, I love you. Your bathroom now upstairs is clean. I wiped it all down. As that bacteria or fungus, it's serious, man. We don't need you all to get that. So, I mean, that's our number one play area right now with the water. Water is always like a bacteria thing. So I went in there and cleaned it right away. I'll have to get on that with Mom. it's crucial. You got to find a system to soak the toys because it gets bacteria and all that fungus on it. Next thing you know, like Beckham, him kicking that door and hitting that door, and Brody banging his head. Beckham's what Brody, I'm not so worried about him. But again, I mean, he's young. But Beckham, as a diabetic, through my father's experience of him, possibly losing limbs, he was always on that. And so as a teenager, he had a hole in his leg from a freaking moped accident. As a teenager, he dealt with his whole life. Diabetics don't heal that easy. He's young, he can still heal now, but I mean, you got to get on that and make sure he's got little holes in his feet and other stuff. I always rub it down with peroxide and other stuff. I mean, I'm pretty sure on some videos I show that, but he gets a little pissed off with me. He starts kicking at me, so it's hard to film it too. But that's the thing too. I was like, when we eventually get to the point where I'm living somewhere else where I have a place, I will make sure it's literally going to be a 1-bedroom apartment. I think less is more. A couch in the living room, or the bed, because we all chill in the bed. Get the big bed out there, and they got their bedroom. That's it. And that's all we need, because the upstairs floors and managing all these multiple rooms, that's the problem. Less is more. You see them running back. Beckham he has ADHD like no other. Up and down, up and down, up and down. What am I supposed to do? But I want to keep him entertained and not hurt himself, because you see him, his meltdowns are very, very tough at times. And as a father, you're it's your responsibility to keep them safe. So I'm going to try my best. And sometimes I give him too much, but it's to keep him safe. You see, as soon as I don't give it to him, he's all over the place. But anyway, my hospital experience. You saw that in the beginning. The finger you saw, that's it. The left hand middle finger was a tiny little hole. I think it was Saturday. I was fixing Brody's wall. The drywall, he was banging his head, hitting it. He was having meltdowns because he didn't have any milk. Next thing you know, he was eating it. I mean, this happened in 5 minutes tops. I was like 10 into something else with Beckham, and I go up there, I was like, I took care of it right away, and I didn't bang my finger or anything. You see, it was like a small hole, but it looked like after they did surgery, it looked like I smashed my finger. But, but that's it, man. The infections are serious, man. I knew as I went to bed that Sunday night, this was the following night they fixed it. I soaked it in peroxide. And healing from the inside out is the best way to do it, and it just ended up I didn't do it enough. I feel like I could have took care of it. I wish would have kept on it with the peroxide. It wouldn't even have been a thing. Because I've done this so many times where I've had serious situations where I start to throb and I just start to squeeze the finger in the peroxide and it flows inside the finger and it heals from the inside out. And it is like one of the nurses said, sometimes that's the best way to do it, but they don't teach that in the medical profession. It's like a little, like when you watch deathmatch wrestling, this is how they heal some of the guys. You got glue and you got squirting rubbing alcohol and peroxide inside the wounds, but it takes care of it if you're doing it quickly and fast. But if you're waiting, I was already a whole day behind on this, so I saw it. I went into the emergency room. The whole form, not this one, but the other one, started turning red. And I was like, crap. And I went over to the desk and they said, okay. I was like, this looks like something more, right? And they're like, yeah, I agree. Let's get them to come back. They're on doing something right now with someone else. It's like, give it 5 minutes, and if not, I'll go back there. And they came back and immediately they're like, I was like, yeah, let's go. You're going to need emergency surgery here with a specialist because it's in a random spot with your fingernail back and forth. And you're losing pain. You're getting pain in all your fingers. It's numb, all stuff. All of a sudden, it started happening on my arm. That's why during that day, I noticed. I remember that day, Sunday. I was like, man, you kids, I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack. It wasn't my heart. There was nothing wrong with my heart. It was the infection in my fingers spreading back and forth. I kept doing the peroxide thing. So it was like disinfecting, and then it would go back down the arm. And then it would go back, and it would go back down. But I'm just glad now I made the right decision. Since the appendix and the heart situation, my younger days with the upper respiratory infection, that's the reason why I have a defibrillator. Then the appendix with Brody getting poop in my eye, could have been all avoided. So, I mean, I said sarcastically, but I meant it. Like, from now on, one of the nurses gave me a pack of gloves. I said, yeah, I was like joking around. I said, I'll start wearing gloves when I take care of the kids. We got to have a better system with a scrub brush to clean our nails, because sometimes the simple stuff that stays on your nails for days on end and it goes into your finger, that little hole, that was probably where it came from. Something on my fingernail from the past, cleaning up, doing all that. Got to scrub the nails, because you see a lot of doctors that they do that. And when you're messing with feces and, kids spreading soap and water and dirt, it's the poop and all, it's a combination of everything. They still never identified it. But they said if they would have figured out if it was something real dangerous, but who knows, they could call me tomorrow and say, hey, but I don't see it being like that. Then there was a whole thing with the antibiotics. They couldn't figure it out and gladly the nurses saw it. They saw me itching. I was like, it is from the antibiotics. And then the next antibiotic, I went through 4 different antibiotics that I figured out. And luckily my sister said something. I was allergic to penicillin. I'm allergic to penicillin. She hasn't experienced penicillin since her younger days, but I believe when she was a kid. But I was like, holy shit, I'm allergic to that. It's, main ingredient for antibiotics is penicillin. And I started doing my research on it, and I started suggesting things to another nurse. I said, I'm going to look in it as you look in it too. And we both agreed, let's try this one. It's crazy how, like, if you interact with them, they love that. It's just like we were like working as a team. This is the internet is like exchange of information. Look at nice sites, professional sites, and people's opinions. And I was looking at experiences, the red man syndrome, and other stuff. I'm going through it. Like right now, I'm like itching now. The antibiotic, I just took it, like the one I'm having, but it's like a light itch. It's not as bad as the other one was like profuse. Like I couldn't even I'm like And plus I have this heater blasting on my back right now because it's a little chilly. The fan blowing on me at the same time. But there's no fan blowing on me in there. I took a cold shower when I was in there and I was fine. But then as soon as I came out again, it was just itching. I was like, oh yeah. But I think some of the toughest experiences there was seeing the nursing staff, the doctors, everything. It's just like, I think the nurses have as much as possible. It was like, it was tough. Like they had like 20 people on their floor, and it's like, there's like 3 people working. There should be like 10 people. Like I had this man next to me. His son was with him the whole time. He was just had a stroke or something. He hurt himself again. I think he's been nonverbal for a while now after some incident that happened before. He couldn't communicate with them, and he kept trying to find his buzzer, and he kept saying so. I think I recorded like 10 seconds of just audio. I didn't film his face once. I didn't see his face till he left, and he looked over and he was just like, because I helped him. I was like, I think he's saying he needs the TV on, because I kind of remember him and his son communicating the day before, and just because we don't understand what he's saying. His son said, TV, Dad, right? TV? It's an Indian family. And I heard that, I remember that, because they were watching movies very loudly, and I was like, in that point where I was still in pain, but I didn't care. I grabbed the earplugs, I put the earplugs in, let them do their thing. But I remember that, and I was like, he's trying to say that he wants the TV on, and the nurse was like, thank you, because they were trying to figure it out for like a half an hour while I was somewhere else in the hallway doing something. I was getting ice water, just like doing my walks around, he needed some kind of walk. They couldn't figure out what he wanted, and he was doing this whole symbol like over his head, and I was like, I think he just wants the television on, but the remote was down on the floor next to him, and they tried to hand it to him, and he still didn't understand. So I was like, I kept thinking about my kids. I was like, Brody, I was like, you could be nonverbal as an adult. And that man was a diabetic as well. I was like, the signs are like everywhere. I was like, it's just, the universe has a way of throwing things at you. I was like, that could be my boys someday. I mean, I think Beckham's going to be just fine. That boy's a tough little dude, and Brody's just a sweetheart. He's an angel. Beckham is too, but I mean, Brody cannot, at this moment, I hope he's just pre-verbal, but he cannot communicate. And it's tough, and people don't understand what he's saying. When he makes the sounds, I understand what he wants now. You hear me when these videos, I'm like, you want this? I can, he does do, yeah. He's like, a goo, a gee, like I know what he wants when he's happy. And it's like, as Mom today said, before I came here, said he threw up today. He's been really upset. He wouldn't come out of his room today, for the most part, from like the afternoon until tonight. And then he finally came out and put him back to bed, and I could hear him in, and I wanted to go in there, but I was like, this is going to start a whole thing, and I'm not prepared. I need to take care of my health first. I prepared, you saw me prepared it downstairs. I'm ready for them tomorrow. It's Easter tomorrow. I'm thankful that they were allowing me to come out of there now, because I'm ready to go. The finger's going to be just fine. Just got to keep them from pulling on it. Just got to keep the left arm in the air. Keep, middle finger in the air. And I can educate them. Hopefully this video educates them. There's a lot of it's only 20 minutes of me just showing them what was going on. I wish I could have made it more detailed, but I was also limited to what was on the phone because I didn't know what I imported, because I was hurt, I was in pain. But I did import everything from the last day I was with them. But this video is going to be long with me speaking here. What's it on? Like, I can't see, 11 minutes, 12 minutes, so bear with me. It's like 11 minutes, okay. But anyway, the hospital situation, the nursing staff, like the vents were dirty and disgusting. Like it came on one point, they're like, it's like you're trying to keep me from getting an infection, and a dust came out of the vent. Like when I turned the fan on reverse or something, somebody must have hit something in the room or somewhere else, and dust shot out of the van. I was just like, what the fuck? I don't know if I filmed it, but I pointed out. And there's a meeting apparently that the nurses were telling me there's a meeting because it needs to be more staff here. And as soon as I walked in the back too from the ER, I remember after my appendix, you know what? They wouldn't even give me a Percocet. I didn't even ask for them. But I was like, pain pills. And I said, this is what's available. They only gave me like Tylenol or other stuff. And as soon as I walked in there this time, it was like, Percocet, Percocet, Percocet. It's like when I watched South Park, it was like, what's that one episode where they're just like, coffee latte, Percocet, 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 Percocet. I'm not even kidding, like a dozen times in like 2 minutes. I heard Percocet mentioned in the back in the ER waiting room in the back where people were waiting to be cared for or were being cared for. And one of my appendix room, I couldn't get it, but the finger was fine. What the is the difference. You know what it is? It's the fat cat pockets and like all that crap. We saw the lawsuit going on. You think people are stupid? It's disgusting. I could have took advantage of it. I went home with no pain pills in my pocket. They're like pain management. They were expecting me to go back with pain pills. I was like, I'm good. I'm in pain, but I'm good. I don't need pain pills, man. I was like, I know what all that crap does. It does damage to your liver, all that shit. The Benadryl, even that. I was like, I don't want all that stuff. I'm doing it now when I'm here for the week. I'm fine. Oxycodone, like they were giving me oxys every day, man. I don't need that shit, man. I'll admit the best thing in there that helps me was the Benadryl IV. Benadryl orally, it's okay, but the Benadryl IV, you see, I'm just like, yeah, I'm so tired. I was like, oh. And even the antibiotic I'm on now is makes me exhausted. But I'm drinking green tea and lemon, and I'm fine. It's waking me up because it'll balance me out when my kids do today. It's just crazy how that shit works, man. As a human being that witnessed it firsthand with the appendix a year ago, a little under a year ago, to this, to the finger, to the finger, to the finger. This is why I vlog these. It's the perspective of human beings and what we go through. It's like, oh, now it's okay to give Percocets out. Get the f out of here, man. That's a corrupt ass garbage human beings, man. Percocet. They gave me one while I was in there. I took one because I was in a lot of pain. After the fingernail removal, oh yeah, give me a Percocet. Oh, I didn't get into that. The numbing agent. They took a needle about a foot long. I mean, it only went in this far, into the palm of my hand. Boom, jammed in there. It numbs. It goes all through all the hand, the fingers, all that. And I sat there and watched all this happen in real time. I could have been knocked out. I was like, no, I'm gonna stay awake. So you're not gonna feel anything, right? Because I'm gonna be numb, right? Like, yeah, because I already went through the little tear. You saw it the first time. It was like the little top of the finger. So we're gonna remove your fingernail too. You sure you wanna look? You might wanna turn away. I was like, no, I wanna watch. I'm curious to see how this is done. And he was doing it. I could slightly feel. I was like, oh. I was like, wait. He's like, you can feel it. I was like, yeah. He's like, okay, yeah, right. Let's wait another minute or so. It's only been like 3 minutes. Let's wait. Or 5 minutes. We gotta wait a couple more minutes. There's a numbing agent can go up there. I was like, I barely feel, but I feel it. Watch them pull my fingernail off, dude. My fucking fingernail. My fingernail. To say this was an experience was something else. But like, just from that tiny hold of this, man. That's what I always say when I'm at wrestling shows too, the deathmatch wrestlers and stuff. I've seen people they've lost, you know, we can get into that, but it's from a simple infection can take your life. That could be me. If I went a week from now, I guarantee if I didn't take care of this, I'd be dead. There's no way I would have survived. 41 years of age or even younger, you have to take care. Any little infection, you have a hole and you start feeling a throb and it's hurting, or even if you feel like something, just go to the hospital. Fortunately, I have Medicaid. And I didn't have it when I first had the appendix thing. That's why I took that time. I had that big lump on my forehead right here. It was popping out. I was dumping peroxide eye drops in my fucking eyes, man. Or contact lens fluid that had a little bit of peroxide in it to balance it. Even peroxide at one point, it was burning, but it was keeping the swelling going down. So it was managing it, but it wasn't handling it. The next thing, my appendix. Yeah, let me see the time. I'm trying to keep this under 30 minutes here. 15 minutes. Just the experience there. All the nurses, the doctors were really cool. I met an autistic doctor. I mean, he didn't say that he's autistic, but he had a real interest in my kids being autistic, and he kept measuring my finger as I was bending it. He's like, oh, yeah. And I could just tell. Being around my kids, I could tell he has autistic qualities. For him to accomplish that too as an autistic man, like that, good for him, man. And he told me a little bit about it with his kids. His kids have health issues. I won't go into it. It's not my business, but he's a father. He's a cool man. He actually took down my information, wrote it down on a notepad. I won't say his name or anything, but hopefully he reaches out to me because I didn't take his down. Because I apologize for that, sir, if you ever see this, but very kind man. He had this old thing that his kids were going to use, a swing type thing. And I said, I'm going through a situation where I'm going to be there anymore, but hey, if you can give it towards somebody else, because my kids have plenty of stuff to entertain them, that'd be great. But hey, if it's still around someday and if we run into each other, we're still exchanging information, that'd be great. And I told him about my situation. I video the kids and everything. He's like, oh yeah, love too and hugs. And I was like, I give them hugs all day. He's like, oh, that's good. He's like, sensory. Hugs is a big sensory thing. And I was like, he made me feel so good. Like to just have a conversation with someone like that. It was beautiful, man. There's a lot of like sit here and say, I'm dead sober right now, which is even more interesting part. Eating my candy. Just beautiful, man. So, I mean, everything happens for a reason. I think this happened for a reason, honestly, for me to keep more eye on Beckham and him hurting himself with his hands and his feet, because this could have been him. I can't imagine him going through this at his age. Imagine if they had to numb his hand, like or something, like do all this and cut his finger. Can you imagine caring for him like this? And it does happen to kids like this, the diabetics. And he's got all these things with him, with the autism and stuff, where he's running away and his non-verbal, he's still mimicking. But that's what I think about. And I know others that care for him, they don't think like that. You need to think like that. You got to think way ahead. And it's like, I'm not putting that out there. It's just a fact that this is the situation you're in. You got to think ahead. If you're not thinking ahead, these kids' lives are at risk at all times. Until they have a better concept of reality here and they get older, it's going to be like that. And even when they're older, it might even be tougher. Who knows? But I had met a lot of interesting people. I actually exchange information with a lot of them that have family members that are familiar with autistic families, or just want to conversate or whatever. Just be good conversations and make the situation better. I was literally helping nurses because they were so short-staffed with the roommates of mine, just simply with getting them ice water. But I didn't want to go over there because of my finger situation. I didn't know anything at one point, but then they were like, no, it's not contagious, you're fine. So I did. I grabbed the ice water for the nonverbal man, but I said, I'm just going to put it here, have I put gloves on. There was like a whole thing. I just was like trying to keep harness my chi, but I don't even know what to say. Just chill and just occupy myself. I had lots of laughs, more laughs than I probably should when I'm in there, but a lot of sadness. There's nothing worse, or nothing more sad when you hear a grown man crying for help and his family can't be there late at night, and I'm the only one there next to him. The nurses aren't coming to him. It's just like, and you can't speak, and it's like you hear it for that. I listened to it just now before I went to like talk about this, and it's like you hear him, like it's like, oh, no, ma, like over and over again, and I was like, he just wanted someone there for him, like his family, and he couldn't, like, that was hurtful. And then the next night, or next night, or 2 days later, a younger man came in after he just had a stroke. His whole right side of his body is numb. He can't, paralyzed, basically can't feel it. Nice man, he was being a wise butt to the doctors. He's like, where are we? What are we? They kept asking him. He's like, I am something. He said something really funny. I was trying to not laugh. He would say such wise ass crap. He's like, where are you? I forget what he said, but it was so funny. But he's like, they're like, be serious. He's like, Washington Township. And it was just funny. He had good spirit, but he's going through a lot. He kept sleeping his butt up. He apologized he said, oh, I'm sorry if I kept you. I was like, dude, it's fine, man. You're going through a lot right now. And I was telling him how I went through it in my mid-20s. I had basically a stroke, heart failure. It was like the same thing. He was 50, early 50s, 51. And you see his family, like, they're going through a lot. And I recommend, I said, hey, you know, you should speak up with me. They say defibrillator, implantable defibrillator. I'm gonna tell you now, I was like, it is a life changer, and if they're gonna be able to give it to you through insurance company, take it. It is not gonna hurt you. It's gonna benefit you. It's gonna make your heart work for you. It's like literally, like I said today, I was like looking online. A lot of richer people that have money like this, they're getting them younger and younger, in their heart conditions, and they barely don't need them because it's doing all the work for your body. Somebody did like a study on it. It's like basically a fountain of youth in a way. It'll keep you looking younger, feeling younger. I'm like, maybe that's why I've had this for almost 20 years. It's like, I'm 41. I still occasionally smoke, drink. I mean, but I do eat pretty healthy for the most part. Greens, all that stuff. But if your heart doesn't have to work, it's beneficial for you. So if some machine's going to beat your heart for you, it's going to benefit you. Imagine if I didn't do any of the drinking or smoking or anywhere. I can't imagine, man. Maybe I could live really long. The one doctor too, another heart doctor came in. He's like, you're one of those rarities. And I was telling him, I was like, I take COQ10. I said the lemon juice. I said when I was younger in the mid 2000s, I said I started looking online. The lemons, the whites of the lemons are key. And he's like, what is it about the lemons? He's like, I love lemons. He's like, I juice them. But he's like, I said, make sure you juice the whites in there too with your juicer. He's like, how do I do? I said, he doesn't have a peeler. I said, hey, simple knife, cut the ends off, and use a spoon and scoop the skin off. Then put it in your juicer. He's like, oh. He's like, well, what's the whites? I was like, just research it. I was like, I can't explain it. I was like, somebody's doing research on it. I think it's like it's Sweden or something, and it's like apparently really, really beneficial. And I could tell just from having them. And I started going to the ginger and kale. He's like, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. He's like, I don't want to hear the kale. He's like, with lemon? I'll drink lemon all day. I said, lemon, green tea, and all that. I was like, that's all I drink. He's like, nah, tea's like a lemon. I was like, okay. I'm telling you right now, man, the lemon is crucial. When I'm rambling on, my experience was good. As I was leaving, they were having trouble getting an Uber. I offered to someone's gonna walk across the street, but I had multiple bags of all the stuff I needed here. My dirty clothes. I forget what else was there. But they'd, you know, it was cool. I got back, I met some nice people there, and they were willing to give me rides and stuff, but you can't do that. And I even said, I was like, I don't think that's a good idea. But I said, whatever. And they asked me, I said, we'll get you an Uber. I said, because they were originally going to take me to the pharmacy first. A friend of mine there that I met through there over the week. The shift was done. It would have been fun because I could drive through the Walgreens with them, pick it up. Because, you know, it's human being to human being. It's like, I'm not, just drive me through the drive-through. It's like right there, and they were fine with that. And I was like, if it's okay with you and your staff and everything, it's fine. Let's do that. And they originally were okay with that. But then when they found out the pharmacy closed at a certain time, I can't just drop that off. And all of a sudden it changed. I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, we're in, like, stink like all hell. Hospital closed, like, not hitting on this one. It's like, we're just bonding and joking and goofing off. I was like, it's crazy. People, I get it. And I said to her, I was like, don't take offense to it. It's like, next thing you know, somebody's suing because something happens in the parking lot. And then she said, oh, well, they didn't have a problem with one of my patients followed me to the garage in the parking lot. It wasn't a big deal. I was like, I get it, man. It's just wild. Human being, met a lot of good people. She topped it. It was really cool. But I don't know. You got to be more human than human. And stop worrying about the system in place, man. But that hospital disappointed me, man. Those big fat cats, man, filling their pockets, not taking care of their employees and putting more employees in there. And I'm pretty sure it has to do with all these lawsuits. They're trying to balance their pockets in it, their checkbook or whatever. What yacht we gonna get here? What are we gonna do there? You know what I mean? I'm being a wise ass with it, but it's the truth though, man. We don't know it. You're stupid, dude. Have more respect for your employees, man. But at this point, I already looked into a system that they're in place, like I said, AI. And they're thinking 20 years from now, they're gonna have robots flowing to that place like no other. There ain't gonna be a human being taking care of human beings. You're gonna have like 2 or 3 on the floor. So we go to fast food, I barely go, but I heard it's all computers. You can go to Walmart, computers, everything. But anyway, I'm talking way too much. I'm sure at like 30 minutes. That's what I was trying to limit. But I miss my sons. It's been a week. I can't wait to see them tomorrow. It's Easter tomorrow. I got their candy place for them. I wish I had baskets, but I don't. But boys, if you see this again, they don't really watch this. But when they're older, I hope they do watch this. So they understand. I wish they could understand why I wasn't here. But I don't want to put that in their mom's shoes and say, hey, can you tell them why I'm not here? He said I was welcome to FaceTime them. But I feel like that'd be bad because then I can't just pop up in their life because they get confused. Because they have the mentality of like 2 and 3 year olds sometimes, or less, or a little younger, you know? So I think it would be more stressful for them. But I'm pretty sure they were upset because I haven't been here for a week. And it's the first time since like the summertime. It's been over almost a year. Like what Beckham saying, I love you. He was trying to get my attention. He just wanted me to come and do the video, and I should have, but I had to go to the bathroom, and I was trying to get all this soaking thing in place, and my bandage was all messed up. It was like a whole thing. So, but tomorrow I'll make it up to them, and we'll go back, and I hope they get big smiles, big hugs. Oh, boys, I hope you hug me the way I'm going to hug you, because I'm going to hug Brody. I'm going to hug you because you're the hugger. I'm going to hug you like you've never been hugged, and I hope I get the biggest smile to you, and I record it. I cannot wait to see that reaction from you, and I hope it's a good one, because I heard you don't feel good. Which unfortunately gets sick a lot, and that's what I'm worried about. I think it's just not keeping up with the cleaning. I'm guilty too, but it's tough when he wants a vet sensor with the sink, but he loves it. I'm not going to take it away from him. Like I said, we got to find the right bubbles that are antibacterial. That isn't going to hurt him, but it's going to keep the place clean. That was something I brought up weeks ago. I got to look for it myself. All right. But again, guys, stop judging, start loving, accept others as they are. Just be yourself. And I'm sorry I talked for 30 minutes again. You don't have to watch this. This is for my video journal here, as you know, people have been doing forever. I think, they were writing it down, but I'm eating Ned's, drinking a lemon and iced tea, black tea, whatever, Earl Grey. Watching Hustlepalooza, watching Lester Holt, the news. People texting me, messaging me, saying how you doing, and I apologize to everybody I can get back to, but you know what, it's a little difficult when your finger's like this. And like the one gentleman said to me, the one that was running the floor, the manager of the floor. He's like, oh, well, your finger looks like that. He's like, I don't know. Did you do that to yourself? He's like, what did it look like before you got here? I said, you know what it looked like? It looked exactly like this one, sir. He started eating it. He was like, oh, I was like, I'm gonna bust your balls. But he's like, he was trying to, like, he thought I did it to myself. I was like, sir, do you see the stitches in his surgery, man? You think I'm gonna pay to, like, there was a tiny hole I showed him. He's like, wait, it went from that to that? I was like, yes. Because he's like more of like a manager position. He doesn't understand the medic part of it. I was just like, I didn't either. It went from, I'm not kidding. I wouldn't believe it if I didn't document it. It went from that goddamn little tiny hole to them cutting me open like a goddamn hot dog, putting some cheese inside there. Look at everybody. Much love. Enjoy your Easter tomorrow. And my sons, I hope you guys watch this. You guys watched your last video 100 times now. I see it's 105 times. You're still watching it throughout the night when I was here. Oh, man. It's a thing of beauty. Everybody, take care and go love yourself. Take care.